So now we'll be discussing about the HTML lists. So HTML lists allow web developers to group a set of related items in lists. So there are basically two types of lists in the HTML. One is unordered HTML list and the other is ordered HTML list. So I'll be showing you both of them. So firstly we'll discuss about the unordered HTML list. So the unordered HTML list will start with UL tag. So I'll just take this down so that I can just show you again. Firstly, I'll just comment this extra styling attribute and also this extra. So firstly, we'll be discussing about this UL tag. So in the UL tag which means the unordered list, it consists of list elements. So which are having this start tag and end tag as li. So we just define the list elements using this li tag, and then let me just save this and show you how this gets displayed on the web page. So let me just refresh this and you can just see that this is given with a bullet mark. So it means that it is an ordered list and it doesn't give any numbering to it. So it is not ordered and it gives the bullet marks. So we'll be discussing this similarly regarding the ordered list also. So firstly we'll complete this unordered list. So in the unordered list we have a style property, the css property which we can use to change this markings. So this is the css property which we can use. The css property is list style type. So this property we can use to change the marking. So I'll just add this in the place of, in the style attribute, I'll give the property name to be list style type and the value to be none. So firstly, I want this type to be disk. So disk is the default property. Even if you don't mention anything, it gives you the disk property. So the disk one is similar to something which we have seen just now. So there will be no change basically. So this is something which you will see when you give the disk property, disk value in the type property, style type property, and when you give circle, so you can see the change in marking. I'll show you. So when we reload this, you can see that the marking has been changed to circle, and in the similar way we can just change it to square also. So that this is all about the marking, like how can you change the marking in this particular unordered list. So once I save this and I go to this web page and I reload this, and here you can see that the markings have changed to the square. So in this way you can just change the markings according to your requirement and according to your wish. And then if at all you don't need any markings for your unordered list, you want them to be just displayed as a list without any markings, you can just do that by giving this list style type to none, and then save this. And now we'll refresh and check this, and here you can see that there are no markings, so it is just displayed without any markings in front of them. uh, Now let's go back to this, and now let's discuss about one more thing, that is nested HTML lists. So what does this nested HTML list mean? So that which means that like we can nest one list inside another list. So we'll quickly see how can we do that. So I just take one list. So this is a list, or else I'll just show you that we have different three lists here. So three list items here. One is milk, and second one is sugar, and third one is coffee powder. So if I want to add one more list, I'll just give one more element, the start tag and end tag, and inside the list I'll give one more unordered list. So inside the list element, I'll give one more unordered list. Let me just copy down this and I'll paste it over here. And now we can see that I got one more unordered list which consists of the list items black tea and green tea. So which means that we are nesting this unordered list inside one of the unordered list. And now we'll check it out like how it will be displayed on the web pages. So when I refresh this, we can see that we got we got this list milk, and inside the second list, like in the place of second list, we got one sub list which is consisting of two list items. So in this way you can nest the list in another list. So in this way the nested list work in the HTML. And the one point to be noted is that in a list element which is defined in between this li tag can contain a new list and another HTML elements also. Like it is not necessarily should be a text. You can even give the list of images, or else you can even give some list of links. So in this way you can even create like list of all the HTML elements, and you can display them on your web page. It's not necessarily a text that need to be listed and all. And then now we'll discuss about the horizontal list with CSS. So what do you mean by horizontal list? In HTML, lists can be styled in many different ways with CSS. The one popular way to style a list horizontally is to create a navigation menu. Like whenever you visit a website of whatever website it might be, when you visit a website, you can just see on the top or anywhere, like on the side, that there will be a menu which will be telling about some so and so about us page, and so contact us page, and many some of the items are given in the menu. So there, by you clicking on that particular item, you'll be taken to some specific page, some relevant page, and there you can just access all the content. So in this way we use this navigation menu. So we'll see how can we create this navigation menu using this list. So firstly I'll just comment this out because we'll be just dealing with one more list. To avoid the confusions, we can comment this out. And then, so this is something that we are talking about. Okay. And now you can see that uh, we have a list, unordered list, and here I have given some ID to this unordered list. I have given it to be ul2. Why I have given this ID? So I have given this ID to style this unordered list, because there might be multiple unordered list in your HTML document, because you might not only use one unordered list. There might be many unordered lists, and if you apply the styling to one unordered list, it will be applied to all of them, which you may not require for your web page. So in order to avoid confusions, in order to avoid applying the same style to all the unordered list, we can use this ID. And using this ID, I have given some ID, and then in this unordered list I started one first list element. And here in this case my list elements, like my list items, are not text. Here these are links. So I am creating a list of links in this unordered list. So firstly, we have one list item, that is a link which is named given the text home, and I have given this ID home, hash home. So where did I get this home, news, and contact from? So in the previous HTML elements, in the near the h1 tag I have given the ID to be home, and near the paragraph tag, my first paragraph tag, here I have given this ID to be news, and in the address tag which we have used in the previous parts of the video, I have given it to be contact tag. And after all this, we'll just scroll down, and now we have just linked them to this particular text, and now we have closed it. And now we'll check it out. Firstly we'll style this according to our needs, like we'll style this as to display like a menu bar. So I'll just take out the comments here. Yes, so here we can see that uh, so we'll just comment it out till here. And then here we can see that I used this ID. ID is used, always used with the hash, so remember this one. id is always used with a hash, and here I have given the list style type to be none. I don't want any markings for now. And then, and one more thing we can see here is the margin is 0 and padding is also 0, and the overflow is hidden. And I want the background color to be triple three triple three. This is the representation of the color. You can even use other representations, and there are many more properties regarding this css. So you might not remember everything, because like it's not necessarily that we need to make a list of all the properties and we need to keep on remembering them to become to create actual websites. So all we need to do is we need to keep on practicing, like we need to explore new properties. The one thing is that we shouldn't keep remembering this all. With the practice, like you need to have an idea about this basic properties and basic tags. And then when you start doing, you can just go to the documentation, head over to the documentation, and there you can just find new properties, because there are no countable properties. Like we can just have many properties there, and from there you can just start applying one to two. Like you can improve your site very well by using those properties. So by using them, you'll remember them. You don't need to remember them like keeping a list of all the properties, and you shouldn't remember like that. You have to keep on starting practicing them, and then you will just get a idea of how to do all of them. And getting back to this, we have completed this styling of ul2, and now we'll be giving that the list should be floating on left. And then in the list, my a tag should be having the display as block and the color as white, and then the text alignment should be in the center, and the padding should be 16 pixels, and the text decoration should be none. And then when you hover onto your link, then it should turn into black color. The background color should turn into black color. So this is my styling. This triple one triple one is for black color. And once I give the styling and once I am done with this all, I'll just save this, and then I will go to the web page and we'll see how this gets displayed on our web page. And here you can see it is in the white color, and when you hover onto it, it becomes black. The background becomes black. When I click on this, it takes me to the first heading, and when I click on the news, it should take me to the first paragraph. And then when I click on this contact, it should take me to this address. So address is here, so it is taking me here itself. And this is how this menu will work. And then let's go back to the editor, and then this is how all this unordered list will work. And we have seen many things, like we have learned about this ul tag, we have learned about list style type, and also we learned about li element. We learned about listing nesting this list, and also we learned about some of the properties, new properties of css in this unordered list topic. And we'll head over to this ordered list topic, and we'll quickly complete it, because this is similar to this unordered list. So I'll just comment this out now for the to reduce the confusions. We can start this, and let me just comment it. Yes. So here you can see that we are having an ordered list, and in HTML, OL tag defines the ordered list. So this OL tag defines the ordered list. Each list item starts from the li tag, and then we'll just see the basically how this will be displayed and all. For now, I'll comment this out. And now, so this here you can see that I have this ol tag and I have the ending ol tag, and inside them I have the list. I'll save this, and I'll just go to this web page, and let me just also style this let me just also comment this style part, because this we are just doing for the demonstration purpose. So this is not the actual website one, so I'm just doing it for demonstration purpose. I will remove this styling part, because for now, for time being. And then let's come back. Sorry. So let me remove this. Yes. So then now let me save this, and I'll just go to the web page and I'll refresh and see how this looks like. And now you can see that the ordered list look like this. So it's having the numbering. It is having the numbering from 1, 2, 3, and so on. Like whatever the number of list items you give, it will be numbered. So that is why it is called as ordered list. And there is an attribute called as type attribute in this ordered list. So we'll be having this type attribute. We'll just add this here in the OL. So type is equals to, so I can give, if I give 1, this is the default one. That means it will be giving the it will be numbering your list from 1, 2, 3, and so on. And let me just show you this. There will be no much difference between this and the default one. It will remain the same. If I make a change to it, like by giving the capital alphabet, then this has to be displayed with the alphabets, capital alphabets, like this. So the lists are given from A, B, C, and like so on until this list goes on. And then there is one more thing, that we can give this capital I and save this, and then we'll go to this web page and reload this, and this will show us in the Roman numbers, uppercase Roman numbers. And if at all I give this to be small a, it will order the lists by the small alphabets, a lowercase one. So let me show you this also. So it shows with A, B, C. Let me, so it will be showing you the small lowercase Roman numbers. So in this way you can just give this type, like you can just give it like how it should order your list elements, like list items and all, using this attribute called as type attribute. And then the next one is control list counting. Like by default an ordered list will start counting from 1, right? So we can even change that, like we can just change like from where it should start counting. So the attribute which we use is start attribute. In the start attribute we can specify the number from where it should start. So let's say I want my list to start from 34, and I just save this, and we'll go to the web page and reload this. And here you can see that it started from 34, 35, and 36. So this is how it works. And then in the ordered list also we can give this nested HTML list similar to this unordered list. I'll show you how can we do this. So at there are 3 list items, and I'll create one more list item which is consisting of an ordered list. Here you see, this is an ordered list. So I am nesting it inside the list. So I'm making this as a list element, like a sub list. So I'm copying this and I'll paste it over here. And let me save this and check it out. And that's, yeah, here you can see that the 34 one is coffee, and 35th list item is again having 1 and 2 sugar and butter, and 36 is tea, 37 is milk. So here what's happening is that in the coffee we have given the start to be 34. So it started from 34 and 35, 36, and 37. Inside the order list is not given, like not mentioned with any start. So by default it starts from 1, 2, and 3, and so on. So this is how this ordered list nesting works. And in this way, the one more interesting thing is you can even nest the unordered list inside the ordered list, or else you can even nest this ordered list inside the unordered list. Like you can do them vice versa, and you can just try it out. Like you can take some time and you can try it out, like nesting one inside the other, and it will be a lot more fun. Just try it out and let me know in the comment section. And now we have discussed about the type attribute, we have discussed about li element in the ordered list, we have discussed about ol element, the order list element. And there is also one more type of list that the HTML will support, that is description list. So the description list which you can see here, so let me just quickly remove this and show you that the description list will be the list which will be which where we can add the description about the item. So in the description list we use the tag dl. So dl tag is defines the description list, and the dt tag will be defining the term, like what term we are describing about. And dd is the description tag, like we can descript about the give the description about the term. So I'm giving the description term to be uh, coffee, and I'm giving the description to be describing the term to be black hot drink. So this is the description. So this is how you can just make it. And also we'll just give one more element to this, that is my dt, and my term to be, let's say it's milk, and I'll be giving the description to be white cold drink. So this is how I described about this. So now let's save this and let's check it out, like how this description list will be appearing. So here you go. So we got a coffee and the description about the coffee, and the milk and the description about the milk. So this is how we can use the ordered list, unordered list, and the description list in the HTML. So this in this three topics we have discussed about how can we use them, how can we nest one inside the other, and in this way we can create like menu navigation and all.